your time today. I'll stay in touch with Bilal. I would offer you just one final thought, which is it's a global economy. Pakistan has many brilliant people, and a lot of people do business with you. My company had less than $400 million to invest, but the markets gave me $40 billion because they trust us. And so the most important thing is leadership, intellectual leadership, and that they trust you. If the world trusts you and they hear your words and you speak articulately, the capital and the capability will flow to Pakistan. It's there. It wants to find a home. And that's what happened with our company. Our success is because we were clear and committed. And once the market decides who the leader is, they get behind the leader and they send their money to you. And I think they'll do it to Pakistan too. You have the most important thing, which is you have a commitment and a will and clarity here. So I look forward to working with you.
There's a name for
10, and we're back with 450K by the grace of God, right? So that maybe I might be able to shed a little bit more of, a little bit more of my personal knowledge and my personal experience with this world-changing generation, once in a lifetime technology that we call Bitcoin. And again, this is Crescendo 2020. If you have not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment on anything you think you want to challenge or you want to add to this, and like the video. It helps with the algorithms and all that stuff, I guess. All right. So look, when it comes to Bitcoin, this time is different. I'm kind of starting to lean towards this time being different, and that's fortunate, I guess, for the plebs, for the Bitcoiners, for the people who already have been in this technology for a while. But that's actually very unfortunate for those who are the newcomers, especially if they are wanting to jump on some of the waves, such as the Giovanni's power law, or Plan B's SF2 or whatever the fuck it is, SFB plan models, because I think those might be invalidated to the upside, of course, but there's reasons for this. Now, one of the things that's been built into Bitcoin is a halving, right? So every 4 years, the total supply of Bitcoin, which was 21 million, minus coins that are lost forever and Satoshi's wallet that will never, ever, should never, ever be, unconcealed. But it halves every 4 years, right? So price shoots up. You have a lot of traders and retail. Now, I'm talking about the past, right? So the price shoots up. You have a lot of traders in retail who would sell back into the market. Take profits, and the price would drop 50%, 80%. Just drop, crash. Like down there, like Palomalu going through the middle and hitting you. That's how hard it would crash. Pow! Right? That's what happened in the past. Now, what this will do is smart people who took the time to already understand what Bitcoin was, and we would dollar cost average, or we buy the dip. So we do both. We would buy the lower price because we know it's going. We know it's going back up, and we dollar cost average because you get a lower price. You get a lower price for your dollar cost average. That's always great. And this is always a good time too for new people to study Bitcoin, right? Because it's a lower price and it's still affordable. It was still affordable, right? But here's the thing now. Here's a change, I think, that has happened and will continue to happen. Now we're at a point in time, right, where we're already at an astronomical price. We're in six figures, right? Now we think about America. So I'm thinking about America, so I'm in America, right? Wherever you're from, I get it. But average American don't have $500, $1,000 saved up, right? So $100,000 Bitcoin, Yes, you could dollar cost average and, put $1 in. That's great. But as far as getting a significant amount, a generational changing amount, remember, any amount of Bitcoin is generational given the time frame. All right? Delayed gratification and time frame is generation at this point in time specifically. But for those people who want to be able to spend it in their lifetime and take, have some awards for themselves in their lifetime, they're going to want to have a significant amount in there, and $100,000 is not going to be the thing. Now, again, like I said, I'm in it before $150,000 because I believe we're going much higher than that. But we're going there, but then we're going much higher than that. Now, what I believe is going to happen because of this now, right? The halving is happening all the time, like damn near every day, every week. It's happening, and it's only compounding because we have a lot of companies now who are buying. All right, so this is a different cycle now. Before it was just retail and the traders, right? And we were doing our things, figuring it out, and it was like a hippie movement. But now the institutional investors have gotten in. These treasury companies are getting in. Michael Saylor is going to be the Pakistan. He's going to be in charge of Pakistan Bitcoin Treasury. So what is Michael Saylor going to do with a Pakistan Bitcoin Treasury or strategic reserve? What the fuck he does? He's going to buy a lot of Bitcoin. I mean, if he doesn't do anything else, he's going to buy a lot of Bitcoin, right? So what that do? Boosts everybody else's price. It is what it is. Makes the price of Bitcoin goes up. Now, these people are never selling. That's the thing. No matter how high the price goes, they don't have a reason to sell. You know what I mean? The plebs, all the memes were always about Lambos and eternal riches and big titty bitches and all type of shit like that, right? That's what the memes are about. That's what we wanted, right? The sky was the limit on Valhalla, right? And so you want to trade that. You want to trade the Bitcoin at some point in time to be able to get the Lamborghinis and the vacations and the Rolexes and all the shit the plebs are gonna get, right? But here's the thing. These institutional investors already have that, right, by the droves. They want your Bitcoin, and they're coming for it, and they're never going to give it back. All right, so what happens now? It never, ever, there's no musical shuffle, right? There's no, the only people who want to be able to give up coins are long-term hodlers, people who had Bitcoin since 2009, 2013, 14, and that's going to dry up. And then they're traders. They're going to trade, and they're never going to be able to trade again at their low price, but they don't care because they're traders. They're traded at any price, so they don't care. But but the coins that they have is going to dry up, right? And then the price, I feel like at that point, never comes back down, or we never have a big crash. You might have again those subtle crashes, like it just crashed now from 109 to 104, $5,000. Right, and that's at $100,000 because $200,000 is going to be bigger crashes. The higher the price, the higher the crashes. Think about this thing; it crashed $4,000 5 years ago. It was $4,000, right? So the crash is only going to get bigger with the price being higher. But there's no more supply. There's no more Bitcoin left, and that's the thing that. And then when you say that, the more you say it, the more I say it to myself. It scares the shit out of me. It scared Michael Saylor. He said he stayed up in the middle of the night and he kept buying. Well, he worried because he thought people were going to buy all the Bitcoin because there's not enough Bitcoin left. I think I just saw a tweet. I think I'll find it. I'll post it now, right here somewhere, that Bitcoin now is at less than 2 million on exchanges, and that's less than all it's ever been. So what happens with that? Well, all these treasury companies, a new treasury company, a new company, not the same companies. Michael Saylor's still buying. Meta Planet's still buying. But what happens when these new treasury companies keep buying? The small amounts, 100. Because there was a video a long time ago when I first got in, and that's one thing that sparked my mind. It was so long ago, and it was unbelievable because again, Bitcoin was in $1,000, like $1,000, something like that. And it was a video. It was like a bunch of interviews. Like just swapping talking heads. And one of the guys who, seemed knowledgeable, I don't know, it was a sixth sense to mine. He said he had an accent. He was an Asian guy. He was like, everybody across the world should buy one Bitcoin, and you buy one Bitcoin all across the world, it would be crazy. He said if every one person in the world bought one Bitcoin all across the world, it would be crazy, right? So in my mind now, transform like, 6-7 years, now the treasury companies are buying, a new treasury company comes in, he buys 100 Bitcoin. Tim, that's the same equivalent, only faster now. And again, Adam Back is a guy in the crypto community. He talks about this S curve. And he talks about the S curve, it steepens, right? So you have this curve, right? And then it just goes up at some point. All right, well, this is better, right? It goes here, 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 technology there, and then it goes up. And then it's just infinite. Now, that's exciting to me, especially when it comes to the internet, right? You look what the internet did. Look what it came to smartphones. Look what it came to everything. Now, an exponential up curve with the money. I mean, guys, I'm telling you this, man. We are in unprecedented times to be alive. You know, I thought when Drake said it, I was having a good time. You know what I mean? Like, what a time to be alive. You only live one, YOLO. I thought that was something. But no. This is it. Like Michael Jackson said, like Michael Jackson's last concert, this is it. This is it, man. And again, I told you, I'm in for 150K. They got, I just watched a video with what's my man name? I call him KD. He look like Kevin Durant. Arthur Hayes, man, he's a billionaire. And Arthur Hayes swole his hair, actually. Hey, y'all better stop playing with Arthur Hayes, that KA. I did it, right? I haven't seen him, but in my mind, I always do the KD meme because he looked like KD. He got the same haircut, everything. I mean, his hairline, everything is terrible, right? But he's got $1 billion. And he got $1 billion biceps, too. His biceps is big as hell, so you might just punch your ass. So you got to be cool with Arthur, man. But look, Arthur Hayes said we're going 250K. By June, I mean, by December, right? And that's right in line with everything else. That's right in line. That's right in line, man. That's what I say, man. And the biggest deciding factor, because again, you got guys also like Tahuti. If you don't know who Tahuti is, you might need to check him out. Tahuti is a guy who, he took his whole family and they live on Bitcoin. And they go across the world. And I think a story came out last week or a week before that about him having his keys spread across. Yeah, you gotta, taking security precautions. Every Bitcoiner has to do that, right? To spread his keys around the world. And that was great. But he sent 160K. Now, Tahuti has not been too far off a lot of times in the last time, these last cycles. But this time is different. We got Samson Mao calling for $1 million. Calling for God can't do any other day or any day now that sends this shit to 250K. Then what? My thing is this. I'll know, we'll know. I guess we'll know in the next 6 months. The destiny. And that's some scary shit. Honestly, when you think about it, it's really scary. Because again, here we are. We got the Israel-Iran situation breaking out. That was predicted by Neil Strauss in the fourth turning. There has to be some type of war, some type of uprise, right? Some reason for military to step in place during this, this fourth turning at the end of it. So, protect it, man. Be protected, man. We had time, man. I will say that. We had time. That's why, I think all these recordings that people have made, and this is a hell of a time to be privy to this technology that we have right now, because this goes down in history, right? This goes down in history. This is anything. This is permanent. You'll be able to find this. You'll be able to, your bloodline, that's why I say, your kids, grandkids, well, I guess it turns to grandkids and shit like that, right? They're gonna ask, what was such and such doing when robots ate the world, when the world was changing, when we discovered money? Like, what were you doing? Were you like watching Halliburton and Shay Kid Gilchrist? I mean, what the fuck is his name? Gilchrist, Alexander, were you watching these guys who are already millionaires, these young millionaires go at it? They could be late. They could be late to Bitcoin. I think they could be late. They multi-millionaires, right? Let's say Bitcoin goes to $1 million tomorrow. It's like, they can go by too. You're like, all right, whatever. next 3 or 4 probably. Finance some shit. I mean, if it really goes down, those people could do it. Can you? Can you? So I think that's what it really comes down to, man. This supply shock that I have a feeling is getting ready to take place is going to be something very shocking to people who weren't expecting it. You know? And, you know, if it's like we think it's going to be, with all the buying pressure that's happening right now, again, all these treasury companies that are popping up and they're buying it, all these nation states, you know, all these conversations that are being had in back rooms, all these red buttons that are getting ready to be pushed and all this stuff like that. Trump is moving into a very interesting situation or allocation as far as him and Bitcoin. Hey, you won't be able to say nobody told you it wasn't going down, though. You know what I'm saying? So I would say this, man. Always do your own research. This is not financial advice at all. What I do is simply try to enlighten a little bit, you know, in case you just missed it. You know what I'm saying? In case you just missed it. You know what I mean? You can't miss it now. All right, swish. Can't miss this shot, baby. All right, knock this down right here. So, man, do your own research, though. Man, go to Twitter. Type in Bitcoin. Go look at everything. I mean, just go look at everything. And look around. Get off this fiat shit. It's over. It's decaying. I mean, what's his name asked the question, right? What's his name? Tucker Carlson asked, who is that? Senator Cruz. He asked him, like, yo, do you know how many people are in Israel? And he's like, I don't know. He's like, wait. He's like, wait. He's like, you don't know how many people in Israel? But you want to go to war with Israel? He's like, how many people? He's like, 69 million. He's like, huh. So, again, shit like that. Fiat world, fiat mind. We're going to make it. Like Jadakiss said again, we're going to make it. But who? I want to be you. It needs to be you. If you're listening to this, it's probably going to be you anyway. If you listen to this, you made it this far, and this shit is going to be you. But be prepared. That's what I'm saying. Because, again, it's not a game. It's not a drill anymore. That's real. It used to be a game. And every day goes by, it's not a game anymore. Because we're getting way more and more serious about this shit. Like, it's going to happen. Hey, come on. 10. Tanner. 10. Hey, you going to mess up my video, man? Doggy. Stay over there. You go play. You stand here. We're going to walk around one time, dude. So 10 get ready to get out of here, man. So 10 is tired. Get ready. I'm going to have to do one walk. One more lap. But, like I said, you know, you gonna party like it's 1999? You know, Prince made that song, man. It's about partying. What's coming to an end? Are you gonna party like it's 1999 or what? Or are you gonna figure out what you need to do, what change you need to make? You know, the biggest thing is, honestly, Bitcoin's a big thing. You know, when the world monetary shift happens, that's gonna be the thing that all the resources are going to go to. It's a monetary black hole. You might want to have some. All right, man. But I'm gonna be the dead horse, man. All right. But Crescendo 2020, man. Like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Share this video to somebody who you think needs to hear this in this last times, these ending days. It's the fourth turning. All right. Because you get Bitcoin the price you deserve. It's always gonna be there. But you get the price you deserve. All right. Later.